So the Disney Wish is one of the newer Disney ships in the Disney fleet. And we were very excited, myself, my wife, and my family and friends, when we were able to book one on a recent trip. So maybe you have one either upcoming on the Wish, or maybe you're just interested in the Disney Wish. In any case, my name's Randy, and I'm happy to talk about some of the things about the Wish that we liked, and maybe some things that need some improving. So let's start with just overall. It is an absolutely beautiful ship. The theming is amazing, starting with that breathtaking chandelier. Right when you walk into the lobby, when you're first greeted with that amazing Disney welcome that Disney Cruise Line does better than anybody else, you see the chandelier at the top, and it just kind of sets the tone for the whole ship. It is a beautiful ship. It is, like I said, the theming is excellent. Throughout the ship, you're going to see various princesses that you love so much, both in characters and as well as artwork all over the ship. As like is true of any Disney ship, it's going to be immaculate. It's going to be pristine. It's going to be very, very clean and elegant. We absolutely loved the Disney Wish. As far as our room, I've already made a video going into more detail, but we had an inside stateroom complete with beautiful Tiana artwork. The room was exceptional. It was wonderful. And there is one critique about the room that I'm going to bring up when I get to that in a minute. The other thing that was somewhat new as far as our experience with Disney Cruise Line, and we have cruised on, I think, 3 ships now, is one thing that separates the Wish from perhaps the other cruise ships is when you go to get, well, I guess when you'd call it fast food or, the quick service meals, when you go to either the Mexican area or the barbecue area or even the pizza area, forgive me for not remembering the names of the actual little restaurants. They're all, themed, but it is not self-serve. Even the buffet, even the wonderful buffet they have, is not self-served. They serve you. So that was something that's unique that we noticed on the Wish. And to be quite honest, at first I was a little bit kind of like bummed out about it because I like serving myself. But then as I thought about it, no, I think I prefer it. Because now you get controlled portions and, forgive me parents, but now I don't have to worry about your children maybe doing some not entirely hygienic things when they serve themselves, whether it be at the soft serve machine or at the buffet. So to me, that was a big plus. I like the fact that they served you. So that was one big thing. And just the interior of the ship, just between the carpet and all of the amazing artwork that's just all over the ship, it's just wonderful. And of course, you've got the Aqua Mouse, which me and my buddy Brian rode, which is an amazing ride. That was fun. A little bit slow. I mean, it's a slow ride. I mean, when it's busy, don't expect to get on it for at least 45 minutes to well over an hour, because the line does get pretty long. But nonetheless, it was fun. Another thing that I personally liked was the adult area. I like the what's it called, an infinity pool, the little infinity pool. One thing that was unique to the Wish was they had like a recline like tile set up in the pool where you could honestly lay back like in a reclining chair, and it held your head above the water, but most of your body, in fact the rest of your body, was submerged, and it was completely relaxing. That was really nice. The adults only hot tub was also a favorite of mine as usual. Okay, so that's another thing that we really enjoyed. The 1923 restaurant, absolutely everything that you've heard about it is true. It is fantastic. We were blessed and privileged to eat there twice. It was a 5-night cruise for us. And on 2 of the nights, we got to go to 1923, and every meal was spectacular. Every plate, every serving was amazing. So that's something that you definitely want to look forward to on your Disney Wish cruise, is the 1923 restaurant on the ship. It was really, really amazing. Let's see. As far as anything else, of course, like, with any other Disney cruise, the character interactions were amazing. We were able to celebrate a gender reveal while we were on this cruise. And of course, Minnie and Mickey took part and helped us out with that. That was fantastic. That was very special. So the cast members are fantastic. The crew, as usual, amazing. Our servers and our room steward were absolutely lights out as always. So that's all as far as the good. And there's much more that I could say. That's just the highlights, so to speak. The critiques, and there's not many. I can come up with 2 off the top of my head. Probably the biggest critique was going back to the room. To put it simply, there was not as much storage space as we're used to. On the Dream and the Magic, they had a lot of drawers that you could pull out and put stuff in, and they just seemed to have a lot more storage. On the Wish, there were very few drawers, and they had those little like slots in the closet, but that filled up extremely quick. So my wife ended up having to store we both stored our luggage under the bed, which is always convenient, but she had to basically use her suitcase, her luggage. She had to go in and out of luggage way too much. So that was a bit of a negative. We did not enjoy that. We thought that they could have done better with the storage. Also staying in the room, my wife was somewhat disappointed that there was only one real outlet near the bed. And that was unfortunately on my side, not hers. So her side had no real outlet, so she couldn't plug anything in on her side of the bed. They were all on my side of the bed, so she was upset about that. The only other critique, perhaps, is, to my knowledge, there was not a central elevator. So you didn't have 3 elevators. You only had a forward and an aft elevator on the Wish. And I think that's because of that tremendous, beautiful lobby that they have. They decided not to go with an elevator in the middle. So that made, traveling and moving throughout the ship a little bit more of a challenge. But to be quite honest, by the end of the cruise, we pretty much had it down. It was not a big issue. But again, just looking for critiques. Overall, it is an amazing ship, and if you are thinking about booking a cruise on it, I would absolutely wholeheartedly recommend it. If you have one booked, you have so much to look forward to. It is an amazing cruise ship. It is beautiful, and of course, it's Disney. So I hope this video helped you. If it did, please think about putting a like in there. And of course, if you have any questions, feel free to drop some down in the comments. And as always, I thank you. I would appreciate a subscribe to support me, and we will see you on the next one.